Just fresh off the White House Correspondents Dinner, obviously. Okay, first of all, we want to get some jokes that maybe they said no to. Okay, we want to hear some of the things that you have.
Let's start with context.
Okay.
They didn't police none of the material. That's why they were nervous as shit.
Wow. They didn't police a black man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that, dude.
They probably were like, we need him to live for the speech, so let's not police him.
No, I got to give it up to the Correspondents Association, man. They did not ask to see a single thing. The only time they saw that script was when I sent it to the dude that was running the prompter.
Wow.
Okay.
That was it. Now, of course, you're wondering which way you're going to go, and like you go to like some function the night before. Hi, I'm with the president.
Okay.
Do you know what you're going to talk about?
Let's back up real quick, because there's a lot of people who watch internationally. They might not know how important this night is. What is this night? Can you explain to them what you just hosted?
So every year, all of the press that cover Washington, D.C. politics, they all get together with the politicians from both sides of the aisle. And this is some shit that would never happen in most countries.
No.
And they have a night of drinking and joking. They give out scholarships to young journalism students. The tickets that they sell for this, the money goes into a pot to give scholarships to students who are trying to be the next wave of journalists.
And the president is there. The vice
president's there.
All the most
President
powerful.
is 6 feet from you.
Yeah. All the
Literally.
most powerful people in the world are there. And then all the most
senators,
powerful
representatives too, state reps, they're
and
all
the
in
media.
there.
So everybody who's talking shit about each other nonstop is in a room, and they're forced to interact with one another. And I think it's a really cool thing. One, because everybody has to have a sense of humor. But two, when you write an article about somebody, you know that later that year,
You're going to see
them, you're going to have to look them in the eyes. And I think it should add a little bit of empathy to the discourse. I don't know if it does, but I think that that's the idea, which is let's not just write and talk shit about each other if I'm going to have to see you.
But see, I think that's where we're starting to get back to, though, because the thing that they didn't really talk about, or at least I haven't seen in the articles yet, is that Kellyanne Conway pulled up, Caitlyn Jenner pulled up.
Fire.
There were a couple of people from the right-wing side of the game who have not come the last couple of years. And I think that just being in a room with people you don't fuck with is an eventuality that maybe you'll start fucking with them.
I think it's the reason why we get good at comedy is because when we start, people don't fuck with us on stage because we're bad.
So then to the point of the jokes that I chose not to do, that's what I was up against. Because as a comedian, nobody in that room, for the most part, knows me as a stand-up. You know me as a Daily Show correspondent.
Right.
You know, shit I do on a Daily Show is like 20% of what I do on stage. And ain't nobody in that room seen my comedy because I know they ain't got Paramount
Talk
Plus.
that shit, Daily Show, not letting you be great. Talk that shit.
I'm just saying, they ain't seen me because my first 2 specials was on the Comedy Central app. Ain't nobody in that room got the Comedy Central app. So I'm on stage.
All the good journalism's behind a paywall. That was a sub. I didn't realize it come out. That was a sub.
So I'm up there and I gotta do jokes that help you understand who I am as a person and honor the tradition. Because that's the other thing with this for the people who don't know. You kind of gotta throw jabs and call out what's been happening in the last year. And you can't come on stage, especially not as a comedian, you can't come on stage lean into one side of the issues. I tried not to. I'm sure
Everybody's going to be upset no matter what.
Yeah, it is what it is. But that's the spirit of the night, is that we can all laugh about the mistakes we made and the things we're doing wrong, and hopefully we can get them right.
And they hire a comedian to literally come out and roast everybody there.
Correct.
It is a roast, and it's been this for years. Now, you go up. I want to know, what's the call? Does your agent call you and say you're in the running for it? Like, how does one get selected for it? Were you friends with, I don't know, I said Kamala just because of obviously similarities.
Wait, what?
Oh, because black?
No, what?
Because black? You think it's just black? You think Kamala said
No,
black?
you're dressed like her Indian grandmother's house.
What are you talking about?
Fuck you! Wait, you thought I was anything to
If you don't look like my 90s bathroom wallpaper, that shit is so good.
Okay.
That's one of them jokes that make you question putting the clothes on.
The fit is fine. The fit is fine. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Don't let him shave you, bro.
Okay.
Nah, they called my people. They're like, does Roy want to fucking do this shit?
So your agent calls you and says, hey, the White House just called.
Yeah.
Or the Correspondents Association, whatever it is.
Well, let's connect the dots. So January, the Warriors are at the White House to do the trophy jersey, whatever the fuck. I get an invite to come and talk to the Warriors. So I can talk to Steve Kerr, talk to Steph, talk to Draymond. While there, I got to sit in on the press briefing. And so we ended up doing a little skit with Kareem Jean-Pierre that it was fine. It was funny enough, but they were also very, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What is it? Are you gonna make us look crazy?
Yeah.
And I think that went well enough that maybe, I guess, whoever was there and peep game, then like, And then, yes, offer it to the Negro who can. Offer it to him. I enjoyed his skit with Tamarick. So, yeah, we got a call. And then at that point, you can't say no.
Of course not.
Yeah.
And it's a huge honor. Just for everybody who's not from America, I don't know if you realize it, but there's only a handful of comedians have done this.
Less than 15.
Are you the first full black?
No, Larry Wilmore, Wanda Sykes, Said the Entertainer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did. Like, I literally.
Do a little research on it.
Yeah. Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, Cedric the
Like, what is
Entertainer.
that?
But here's what's wild. Ced was the one I ended up trying to model my shit after, because Ced ain't a roast comic either. My stand-up ain't roasty.
Yeah.
I talk about issues, but I don't roast folks. But the way Ced was doing it, I was like, okay, if I try to do something like that, all he did was kind of do his stand-up in a more casual form.
That's what I felt like you did when you got into the Dominion joke.
Yeah.
I was like, Roy's doing his stand-up.
That's a
now.
stand-up bit.
I knew
That's a
it.
stand-up bit.
You can tell when someone is being their stand-up self, because also that shit was ripping.
Yeah.
That Dominion joke was ripping.
That's my favorite voting machine.
Yeah.
Dominion, they ain't suing me.
And then the callback was great.
Yeah.
But see, that's enough that, like, okay, he's funny for real.
Yeah.
Now it gives me the right to go right behind that and do the school shooting.
Buddy!
Hold on. I want to get into that, but let us get
Because I came right behind that.
So you have how many months to prepare for this? And how long do they tell you that it should be?
I got the call in February. They said do 15 minutes. I started trying to structure what I wanted to do first before I got writers involved. And then the news kept changing. And then March comes, right?
Yeah.
So it's beginning of March. I got my guest hosting week at The Daily Show, top of April. So I got to start thinking about topics for that. And my problem was that anything I want to do for the dinner, well, should I do it on The Daily Show? Maybe I should put that on the day. That's a better place. So I just didn't think about it at all until after my guest week, which gave me a 3-week runway.
Which kind of works because the biggest stories broke the week of, 5 days before the dinner. Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon get fired.
Ron DeSantis joke, the Ron DeSantis run is the only thing that survived from February till the night.
Wow. One joke.
Every other joke just got remixed. We had Fox News jokes, but then Tucker took over that whole run, so the Fox News run became mostly about Tucker. Then the Clarence Thomas stuff, I had a CRT joke, and then the Clarence Thomas stuff leaks about him taking the unpaid vacations.
The NFT joke was
So
fire.
fucking
That was
good.
Merge as well together.
Yeah,
so,
that was a phenomenal joke. Great joke. The NFT.
Unbelievable.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
And so, like, just as news kept breaking, we just kept, like the first draft, bro, we had Chinese spy balloon jokes. And it's like,
You had a little tag.
but there was drive-by.
Yeah.
You can't sit in it no more and talk about how the media obsessed over these
Exactly,
balloons.
because people don't care no more.
Yeah, also, there's a Cat Williams spy balloon joke. Like, I'm like obsessed with like, well, what are other comedians saying about the thing? And I got to find, somebody posted some cell phone footage of Cat Williams from a set earlier this year.
Shit.
But his spy balloon material,
Yeah.
y'all don't even need to address that topic no more.
He got it.
He got it. He owns that topic. And not only that, his joke works in an evergreen way. And I couldn't figure out how to tell, because that's the other thing with the Correspondents Dinner. It's just timely. It's topical. You got to be about what's happening right now. And I couldn't figure out a way to do the spy balloon in that way. But then, we started huddling up and all the writers and we're like, oh, okay, here's a way to just sneak it in.
Yeah.
So when was the set finalized?
Bro, we was texting from the table on the night.
Wow.
Motherfuckers was at the podium and they're texting and they're going, Fauci's in here. You got anything about Fauci? And I'm like, oh, I think I can come up with something about that.
And is that coming onto the teleprompter?
No.
So you just got to put that in the
I got to
notes.
drop it in just at some point. The Brittany Griner joke, like just that little quick pass, I didn't know she was going to be there till I saw her on the red carpet.
Was she? Oh,
So
she was there.
She was there.
She didn't know she was going to be there until probably December.
Yeah, that red carpet was flashback. She was like, God damn it, these Soviets again.
You motherfuckers. So that Biden nap run where, Biden gets work done between naps and
Why didn't they show your face during that? Did you notice that?
I don't know. I don't know.
They must have known. What I'm assuming
Once you
is
send them the prompter,
they know. And they're
They
like,
know.
I'm not gonna let him act out Joe. So it's just cut to some cowboy in the audience who's like, that motherfucker is sleeping. Also, they don't need audience cutaways in this shit. I'm so confused why they do that.
Like wide audience
for
cutaways.
stand-up specials, I get it, but for this specifically, it's like that audience.
there's always someone on camera that's not doing what the other people are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cut shot is always like, well, what the fuck is he doing? Like, what is he talking
Well,
about?
the one time when they showed Trump like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, remember when he's just stone facing?
Stealing shit.
Yeah, that's a great time to use.
Okay, they should keep the cutaways.
Just for Trump. Just for Trump.
If Trump is there, you just cut away for him for every single joke.
I was praying he pulled up, bro.
Yeah, he's not gonna. I thought that was so pussy that he didn't come.
Yeah.
I was praying he pulled up. But see, that's why you figure like somebody like Kellyanne Conway will go back to Trump. It was a good time. You should go.
Yeah.
And then it'd be your ass up there next year. It'd be a whole different game.
I mean, imagine that.
So did you have some jokes for people that didn't show up that you pulled out?
No, because I wasn't. That's the one thing I don't subscribe to. Just because you ain't here don't mean I ain't gonna talk about your ass. If you've been
Right.
wilding out,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to not talk about Clarence Thomas because he didn't show up.
Yeah.
I just think if you got jokes about people that you have to do jokes about some of the people that are there, I think to earn the right to do the other jokes. The only joke I was really nervous about was the school shooting joke.
What happened with the school shooting
Buddy.
joke?
It was fine to me. I don't care if they
Was
didn't
that
laugh.
the intention of the joke?
Yeah, just to say pass gun laws without getting into bring that gun. Like you don't want to.
I thought that was the ballsiest joke. To do that 3.5 minutes in, you could lose not just the room, the entire country. Because they don't have crazy trust in you. You know what I mean? You got one Dominion voting booth shit that hit. That's a joke you tucked 30 minutes into a special. You're doing it 3 minutes in to a speech for the entire world. It could have cost you, and it hit, which was amazing.
I have to kick you in the teeth, or else I don't earn the right to. Let's fail.
Yeah.
The Biden joke off the top. What comedy club? Like,
So good.
Like you saw me
What
at the
was
cellar.
that? The Dark Brandon. Why didn't get that? What
That's
is that?
a meme thing.
That was a joke back from. If you watch it online, you don't. It's a callback to what Biden said earlier.
Oh,
in the,
is it a Let's Go Brandon reference?
It's Biden leaning into people calling him Brandon. He goes, "I'm Dark Brandon now." Basically, I'm a tough guy.
Oh.
So he says a thing to Roy where he's like, I'm ready for your jokes, but I don't know about Dark Brandon. And then he puts on the glasses.
and the crowd goes, "Ah!"
Oh, okay, give it up
He's
for
leaning
Dark.
into the Brandon stuff.
Yeah.
Like there was a joke at the top, and you saw me coming to the Comedy Cellar running it
Yeah.
every night. Certain jokes you can't do in the club. Like all you can do is guess the main punchlines. But like that, the first joke is me handing Biden back his classified documents.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
that
So
he left
good.
at the podium. If that doesn't work, how fucked am I?
Yeah.
Your first joke at a corporate gig.
Yeah.
We've been there. Hey,
They
we've been there.
they don't know who you are. It's just people in there like, oh, so they got a prop comic. So we got Black Carrot Top. That's what we got. They just want trashing you from stage.
Yeah, but they laughed, and so then it's like, okay, let me do one joke on myself. So hey, I look like Kenan Thompson. Giggle,
That was good.
Giggle, giggle.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a quick Santos joke. Giggle, giggle, giggle. School shootings, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like that's where you have to go.
But you
And
knew when you said it that they were going to groan.
correct.
And then you had that line at the end, which I thought was so
The Mitch
good.
McConnell
Don't groan at me, pass legislation.
Yeah, just pass legislation. And
Which is
just-
such a good, like, fuck you. You're not going to sit here and moral high
You're
ground me.
groaning because it's true. So if you got a problem with it, change it. Do something about it. So from there, then you can get into the people and all of that stuff. I just think I gotta come on stage, and in 2 minutes, I gotta prove to you that I'm funny and worth paying attention to. Then we have to establish where the line is. And so the school shooting joke is to establish the line. Like this shit is sociology, bro. Like it's just manipulating people in a certain way so that they stay with you long enough to get to the next joke, or to the next joke, and to the next joke. And then once you have kind of people in a pocket, then you can do the Clarence Thomas joke. Like the original intention was to do the Clarence Thomas joke higher in the set. But then I'm like, if they don't know where I'm coming from,
They gotta trust you.
Yeah, trust me.
That one, you're taking them on a journey.
It's a long walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ain't earned that walk yet.
Okay. Now.